Hi guys, and today I'm going to be talking about a series that I've reviewed individual books for, but I wanted to do the trilogy review. And Mistborn Era 1. This is the first era of Mistborn, all by Brandon Sanderson. These are the first Brandon Sanderson books I've read, and I loved all of them. They were all 4 to 5 stars, and I really just it has really strong points, and just really strong. The parts aren't really strong. There's no bad parts of the series. It's either really, really strong or really above average. Which is great. Right now, I'm reading Stormlight Archive. I'm going to say I love Stormlight Archive better because I'm obsessed with Stormlight Archive right now. And I can't recommend anything more to read it. They're the best books I've ever read, ever. I'm right now almost done with Wars of Radiance, and it's the best thing. But now, we're talking about Mistborn. First book, Mistborn, or Final Empire. This was my favorite book in the series. Mainly because of it's just heists. It was a heist novel, nothing more, but it was also in kingdoms and the magic system. The magic system was the best magic system I've ever read by anything. And he makes complex magic systems. What I'm gonna poke at Lord of the Rings for, not real magic systems. There's a storyline, yeah. There's a great storyline. There's rings. There's one ring to rule them all. You gotta destroy that ring. Great. I love Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. Just clarify. But this magic system was creative and original. Lord of the Rings, there's hobbits, dwarves, men. There's no magic other than Gandalf, a wizard. But the storyline was great, so we relied on the story. But Brandon Sanderson has a great storyline, which is not as good as Lord of the Rings, but the magic system to go with that storyline makes it so cool and makes the magic system so interesting. Whenever, in a battle scene, let's just say sword on sword, you're gonna be, oh yeah, he hit his sword this way, and then he hit his sword this way, oh yeah, and then he won the battle. But in Mistborn, he flared pewter to do this, he burned iron, he fell, so he's gonna use, he burned tin to, hide his allomancy. Which is allomancy is magic. I'm not a big fan of fegimancy or but I'm talking about allomancy right now. This is so creative. Who would have thought about metal burning just randomly? I love this book. That's what I'm adoring about this book. And the storyline's great. The characters Vin and Ellen, very good. Vin, we got a lot of Vin. I love Vin. He's great. She's a great character. Right in second book, we kind of shift more to Ellen, what he's doing as king, because spoiler, I should. At the end of the book, they defeat the Lord Ruler, and all is good. And then Ellen kind of shifts to king. Vin is kind of his bodyguard. There's still a lot of conflict in this book. There's no main villain, I would say, but just a lot of dealing an aftermath book. And this is the perfect way to handle it. Well of Ascension, great book. Thor's book on the series, in my opinion, but it had that level of Brandon Sanderson brilliance. Hero of Ages kind of deals with hey, the Lord Ruler wasn't really that bad. He was just trying to do whatever was easiest, quickest for the kingdom. He wasn't this how powerful maniac, and I really bought that. And it still has a lot of the charm. I kind of just I don't know why. I just think these books are mushed together. They kind of just a nice, flows into it. This book, very different feel. I love the original Mistborn. I was addicted, and Kelsier was really one of my characters, and I just really love him, and I really want to see more from him. As for more of the books I'm reading Mistborn, I want to read Era 2. I might read it before the 4th book comes out in Era 2. I know there's Alloy of Law, Shadow of Self, and Bands of Morning, and then the next book in the Mistborn series. I might read Era 2. I don't know. There's a lot of books coming out this year, but I looked at my TBR, and I'm still got most of the year to plan, and I can squeeze it in there. So yeah, it's a possibility. I heard it's not like the other Cosmere books. The only Cosmere books I read is these books, Way of Kings and Work of Radiance. I love all of them, and then I want to read Warbreaker and Edge Dancer. But I'm not sure. So I love these books. You should go read them. They're good introduction to fantasy because they're not YA, but like they're not written for YA, but they can do YA, which is the best form of YA because I'm not the biggest fan of YA. Of course, there's some books I love in YA like Maze Runner, Hunger Games, doing it well, but most YA is just like gives it to you. These are like good fantasy books, and I love them, and I definitely